Now I'm good, but I'm getting better. Like wine, this could have been an email, so don't be wasting my time. Don't be up in my face, don't be all in my space. Ooh. You know they say that everything ain't what it look like.
Hey guys, welcome back to another little mini chit chat video slash reaction video. Before we go ahead and get into today's topic, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. For those of you who are already subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. We do appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Okay guys, so it is Vlogtober day 4, and I woke up this morning. Well, I think I saw it last night, but I didn't really take in the gravity of it until this morning. Excuse me, when it popped up on my feed. So apparently DDG and Halle, I always know if I'm saying her name right. Is it Halle or Haley? I think it's Halle or Haley. I don't want to say it wrong, guys. I'm sorry if I am. Apparently him and his child's mother have broken up. So that's what the news is saying. So at first when I saw it last night, honestly, I thought it was like him trolling, or like, cuz I saw it on his, I think I saw it on something with his name on it. Whatever it was, I just assumed that it was just him trolling. I didn't really take it serious until this morning when I was like scrolling through, and I saw entertainment news talking about it, and I was like, oh well, it reached mainstream, so this must be true. So I started to, take it in, and I started going through the comments because I already knew, like, I just wanted to see if I would be correct. And of course the comments were, all the women with the I told you so, and then you had the other section over there with, you threw your life away and now you're stuck with a baby and now you're a baby mama. And then you had the other group over here who was like, I never liked him, he was never good enough for her, and blah blah blah. I didn't really see any comments where people were offering her any type of emotional support, or kind of grace and understanding. I didn't see any of that. I just saw a bunch of women like just tearing somebody apart when they're already probably torn, well, not probably, most likely torn apart already inside. And it was just really kind of sickening to see, honestly. Every time I dive into the cesspool of comments when these type of situations happen, it just makes you really like your skin crawl, because it's like the voraciousness in which they type these hateful words is just like, you could feel the energy literally behind each and every text. It's just like salivating from the mouth, foaming while typing, just in total enjoyment of someone else's pain. Is just, that just makes me so completely sick. I'm just being honest, right? That's just how I am, that's just how I speak, and I'm just keeping it real. I'm 46, so I'm not about to sugarcoat and pretty up and put bows and flowers on nothing, right? This is life, and this is why I decided to do my reaction video and give my opinion on this. I'm not the typical, like, I'm not about to jump on any bashing bandwagon and stuff like that. I don't do that, right? Because I like my life, my mental is steeped in reality. Yeah, I live a real life, and I'm not consumed by the internet. I use the internet for what it was designed for, and that's about it, right? I don't do all of that extra stuff that this new generation and beyond seem to do. Like, I don't, there are people who, we're in and we're out, and you get to have a clear mind when you kind of do it that way. So I've been watching DDG ever since he was in college. Before he moved to LA, we all went through the whole era of him coming up on YouTube, the whole thing. So we don't need to go over all of that. This is not really about him, to be quite frank. I have my own opinion as it pertains to, that whole situation, just him, his, that whole thing. But this has nothing to do with this. My reaction is more so coming from a female's perspective, somebody who's lived life, somebody who's been through some of this stuff, somebody who understands some of this stuff, and I can give my perspective on it, right? So yeah, so that's first and foremost. So I'm not going to be doing the whole DDG bashing thing. That there's enough of that going on. So you guys, if people are interested in that, they can find that anywhere else. So I want to focus on the whole, from a female perspective, like I said. Based on the comments, it's almost like these women are so hypocritical. It's not almost like, they are so hypocritical, right? Acting like this girl is not a real person. This girl is not a young woman. This girl is not going through life just like we all did and are and have. It's just like, give me a break with the whole, no, you should have known and you shouldn't have, like, it's like, and they're typing this while they have like 5 kids to the side. Like, they should be getting ready for school with like 3 different baby fathers. I hate to bring up the stereotypes, but it's just the hypocrisy. You have to call it what it is. It's hypocrisy. Like, give me a break, right? I had my daughter when I was 28, so I was a little bit older. But we all went through stuff. We all went through things before we became parents, after we became parents. Like, we all go through bad relationships. Some of us have repeated bad relationships. Some of us, have no room to talk. But, you get on the internet, you become obsessed with people, you put them on pedestals, you get detached from reality, and you project onto them. Just because you would have done it this way, or just because you wish you did it that way, or you believe it should be done that way, doesn't give you the right to judge people or to take away their right to live a normal life and have normal pitfalls like everybody else, right? Money doesn't protect you from those things. Money can't stop your heart from being broken. Money doesn't mean that you're immune to life's realities. We all go through. First of all, let me just put this out there. I'm not normalizing breaking up or being a single mother or all the rest of it. So, just put your placards down. Don't even bother with all of that. I'm being a realist. I'm a realist. So I don't live in La La Land, and my life is not like, black and white. I live in the gray area, right? This is life. This is a reality. This is it. Like, this is what it is, right? A lot of women get up on their soapbox and they like to preach and they like to judge and they like to do this and this and that. Like, that stuff is just so hilarious to me. Acting like, things don't happen to them. Things don't happen to people. Like, things happen. People make decisions. They either regret them, they don't regret them. That's their life. It's their decisions. Just because you buy a ticket, buy a doll at the Disney store, support in the comments, like the pictures, watch the videos, whatever you feel that you do to contribute to the lifestyle, doesn't mean you own the person. You're buying a ticket to the movie. You're not buying a ticket to the person's life. Like, you're not buying stocks. You don't own them. You know what I mean? You don't own shares of their life. Like, you don't own them. If you don't like what they're doing, stop watching the movies. Don't go to the movies. Don't buy the videos. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't support. But you don't have the right to tell people how they should live their life, what decisions they should make, what they shouldn't make, what decisions they should regret, this, that, and the third. Now, let's be real. How many of us has had a child with a man that you thought you would be with forever, that you're no longer with, probably can't even stand, don't really like, regretted the whole situation, right? Like, let's be for real, okay? Nobody gets to this big old age without going through some stuff. Life is just not designed that way. And if people believe just because you're in movies and you have money means that you get a pass, there is no pass. You don't get to buy your way out of life's experiences. Everything happens to everyone. Illness, happiness, joy, sorrow, everybody gets it. Do you understand? There is no favorites. There is no like you get a pass and you get a pass. There's none of that. Everybody's gonna go through what they go through. So please allow people to live. You know what I mean? This brings me to my next thing. After reading these comments, right, I thought to myself, I could see why she stayed so long. Because if this is what you had to face, who wants to face this? All this hatred, all this malice, all this negativity. Like, who wants to deal with all of that after you're already in a fragile state? Like, who wants? So people don't realize that because of this negativity, a lot of people stay in situations that they probably would have left a long time ago if they had that support system in place. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you live a public life, public support matters. It's not just your family and your friends. You need that whole village. Once that part is not connecting, everything can fall apart because you're coming to a place where you should feel loved and safe. Instead, you're being ripped to shreds for your human mistakes. Like, no wonder you didn't want to come out of the situation. No wonder you stayed. No wonder you didn't say nothing. No wonder whatever the situation is that the person is going through, no wonder they didn't want to step out of it, because there is no support there. Right? People are just waiting, like literally salivating at the mouth, just waiting to see on their timeline you broke up, you this happened to you, that happened to you, so they can say, I see, I told you, which is, that's pathetic. Like, who lives their life just waiting for other people's lives to fall apart? Like, what? Like, that stuff makes me so sick. That's why I just don't do people. You know what I mean? Like, this whole new era of people is just a lot. You know, it just makes my skin just a little bit, just crawl a little bit, because it's like the voraciousness in which people go after other people online is really like scary. You know what I mean? And some people become so like dysfunctional, they actually think they know people in real life. You know what I mean? I think it's this whole, you know, this whole like way of interacting with your supporters has like backfired on a lot of people who do social media and influencing, because they were never taught the art of celebrity. They were never taught the art of, you know, boundaries. It's like, come on, come on, we love you all, you know, I take a picture with you, I hug you, I'll dap you up, I'll, you know, get all close to me and, you know, invite. It's just, it has backfired because people feel entitled to you. They own you, you know, because your revenue is tied to their opinions. They feel like, you know, do as I say, or, you know, I'll make you suffer. Whether it's mentally, financially, they just, you know, ask anybody who's been going through it online for years and they'll tell you. Sometimes you have to turn the comment section completely off, because the way they just wake up ready for you every day is quite scary. It's quite scary. So like, I always say people need to, you know, be careful what you wish for, because there is that dark underbelly to it all, which is quite disgusting. Anywho, let me not go off topic. But yeah, I just thought to myself, man, no wonder this girl stayed so long. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to read this stuff? It's crazy. Anyway, that's kind of where I was coming from with this whole thing. Like, people don't allow people to live. They don't allow people to experience life. They don't allow people to just be normal. They want you to be this this like this perfection, this image of perfection that does not exist. It's very unhealthy. It's not realistic. You're definitely delusional if you think that people won't make mistakes, people won't go through experiences. I won't even say mistakes, because who knows if she considers the interaction a mistake. You can just consider it a lesson. You can consider it a moment. You can consider it an experience, especially when you're blessed with a child from that union. A lot of people started talking about, now you're stuck with a kid, and now you're this, and now you're that, and now you're this, and now you're that. And it's just like, I think people forget that, like, children are a blessing, no matter how they were conceived, except for extenuating circumstances, of course. And even then, the child itself is not to be blamed for how it's conceived. So children, as I said, are a blessing. There are a lot of women who cannot have children and would completely agree. Children are a blessing, and to kind of include that in the whole bitter stew is just like, I just don't get that. To each their own, but like, in my opinion, as a mother, as somebody who had a child and with somebody they were with for many, many years, and eventually separated from, I could say I've never regretted my daughter. She's 18. Like, I've never regretted her. She's changed my life and changed me for the better. And a lot of people feel that way, that their children are separate from whatever is going on. And no matter what is going on, that their children are a blessing to their life and to them. So I wouldn't even, people who are including that in the situation, that's even extra pathetic to me. You know what I mean? Like, that has nothing to do with two people deciding to no longer interact with each other in on that level. Like, people are allowed to break up, especially when you're young. Like, I'm 46 and I've had my experiences. Like, it's unrealistic to think that from your dateable age till the age where you stop dating, that you just never break up. You're just never gonna break up. Even if you're married, you're just never allowed to break up. You're never allowed to come to a mature decision that says, this is not healthy, we are not compatible, and we need to separate. And if there are children involved, we need to be mature and co-parent. Like, what? Why would you prefer people to be together and be unhappy? Like I said, self-projecting, right? Just because that's another thing, right? Just because you decide to do something doesn't mean that other people have to decide to do the same thing in order to meet your level of approval. Like, what? Just because you decided to stay or go doesn't mean that you're allowed to tell me if I should stay or go. It don't work like that. Your decisions were yours to make. Would you like somebody dictating to you what decisions you should make as it pertains to your personal life? You probably wouldn't like that. So why would you want to be able to do that to somebody else just because you liked a few pictures on Instagram? Like, make it make sense? Anyway, I could go on and on and on. My feelings run very deep as it pertains to this type of stuff. People with entitlement issues always drive me up the wall, but I'm a Virgo, so I take everything personal. But that's just my opinion on the whole situation. I feel that people have become way too obsessed with other people. I feel that people feel way too entitled to other people, and I feel that people have become way too unrealistic as it pertains to people they view as celebrities, or people who they view as you know, people who should be on a pedestal and who shouldn't be going through life's woes, and who should always be perfect. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna leave it there. In my opinion, I'm just gonna say this before I wrap it up. In my opinion, I feel that of course Halle will, you know, both of them will be just fine. I don't want to say her name wrong, that's why I'm not repeating it. I feel that both of them will be just fine. They're both young individuals. They both have great support from their family and friends, and I feel that they're great. They're two of them are great at shutting out the outside noise. And if they can do that, they can, you know, move on and heal in peace and move on with their young lives. And hopefully people let them do that. I say hopefully, I don't really say that with a lot of confidence, but you know, you can hope. Hopefully people just take a chill pill, take a reality check, and get it together, and allow people to heal and move on in peace and respect their boundaries. And yeah, on that note, thank you guys so much for listening. If you made it to the end of the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. My Purple Gang members, shout out to you guys for all your continued support. Love you guys, and we'll catch you guys in another video. Deuces.